Okay, so the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was today, and I didn't watch it live, honestly. I was asleep because it was pretty early when they did the Direct. I think they did it around 7 o'clock in the morning for me, so yeah, I was asleep. But, I went back to go see, what was up and to see what they revealed, and I gotta say, it's very interesting. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is kind of cool. Like, there's a lot of stuff you could do with that console, and it's kind of crazy to see all the new features and stuff for the Nintendo Switch 2. But to see what they did, right, for like games and all that, it's kind of crazy. Like they're doing a lot of I guess backwards compatibility and like kind of imports from the original Switch to the Switch 2 so that people could play games like the Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which is pretty cool in my opinion. It's not a bad idea. People can get to finally play those games finally. I think that's awesome. But yeah, we got that and we got some other stuff, whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you can get the GameCube Classic controller." Just stuff like that. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we're transferring games like Mario Party Jamboree because that one just came out." And why wouldn't they take advantage of that? But all that stuff is cool and all the stuff you can do with the console is cool, but the thing I really want to talk about are the games. Now, I know there weren't a lot of new games announced, you know. Like, and I know there's a new Hyrule Warriors DLC, they're bringing back Kirby in the Forgotten Land, over, porting it over, but they got three brand new games that kind of caught my eye. Now, obviously, one of the three that I'm least excited about is obviously Kirby Air Riders, just it seems like it's gonna be okay, it's not gonna be anything too crazy, but I might play it, it looks pretty interesting, but new Kirby game. I think Kirby games are alright. They're nothing too crazy. They're not bad though, so I might check it out. Now, the two games that they revealed today that got me really excited and looking forward to playing on the Switch 2 are the brand new Mario Kart game and the new 3D Donkey Kong game. Now, let's talk about Donkey Kong first because I want to save Mario Kart for last because I'm actually more excited about Mario Kart than I am Donkey Kong. Now, here's the thing about 3D Donkey Kong. It's the fact that it's also 3D, which makes it amazing. But we haven't had a Donkey Kong game since Tropical Freeze, I'm pretty sure. So that's why. That's like what? Since like here, let me search up when Tropical Freeze came out. Here, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. So Tropical Freeze, this game came out in 2014. It has been over 10 years since we got a Donkey Kong game. That is like insane. And we've been getting like remakes and like ports, whatever, for like the 3DS, the Nintendo Switch, And after all this time, we're finally getting a brand new Donkey Kong game. And I know for a while the leakers have been saying that it's going to be 3D Donkey Kong game. And as it turns out, that is actually a very true thing. It is actually factual information. This Donkey Kong game is 3D. And I just gotta say, like, I'm actually very excited to see how this plays. Like, I saw the gameplay and all that, and some of the bosses, and it looks pretty cool. I know a lot of people are not gonna be a fan of the new 3D or the new Donkey Kong design, but honestly, I like it. It looks more like the classic Nintendo, like, retro Donkey Kong design. And yeah, many people may compare it to the Mario movie, because, I mean, that is basically what that design is. It's the retro Donkey Kong design, just put from the movie. It was put into the movie, so a lot of people won't think of it as the classic Donkey Kong retro design. They'll just think of it as the one from the design from the Mario movie. So, I mean, it's not completely bad, but it's still I like it. I like how cartoony it looks. I like it, but yeah, I think the 3D Donkey Kong looks amazing, and I am really looking forward to playing that one. And like, I mean, I love Donkey Kong. I've played Donkey Kong many times. I've played a lot of games, In Donkey Kong, I've played a lot of the Donkey Kong Country games. I love them all. But anyways, Now that I got that out of the way, I want to talk about the one that I'm actually most excited for. I want to talk about Mario Kart and what it's called this time. It's not called Mario Kart 9. It's called Mario Kart World. And the reason why it's called World is the fact that there is an open map. Like, sure, you got your regular, like, Mario Kart, like, 4 tracks and all that, but the cool part is, since this whole world is all connected, you get to race each other in between tracks. So you can race to the other track together against the other people, which is absolutely such an insane idea and such a great gimmick to have in a brand new Mario Kart. Like, to have something like that is very refreshing. Like, you get to keep racing each other till the end, until you get to the next track. Like, that means you're racing each other the entire time, and that to me just sounds so cool. And I really hope that when it comes out, it really, like, plays well. I really hope that this whole new thing, like, oh, you're racing throughout, like, the whole world in between the tracks. I hope it actually works well, and I hope it actually, plays well. I think it will. It's just really cool, because also, like, so there's all the customizable, like, cars and all that, they have all that. But they've had some new features where you can wall jump. Like, you can, like, how in Mario Kart 8, you can pretty much, like, drive upside down or on the walls and all that. It's pretty much like that, but you can jump off the wall and go to the other wall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very wild, and it's like wall running in a way. Like, it looks very, very cool, and I just I don't know, it just looked amazing to see, like, characters wall jumping and all that. The fact that there's 24 characters on the track is crazy. Like, and another cool part is, depending on the time of day, the weather will change, so the maps will, like, have, like, weather changes, so they won't always be the same, and I'm wondering if the weather changes will change how the maps play, and if that's the case, that would be so cool. I think that would be amazing. But of course, if they don't do that, whatever. It's not the end of the world, but still, it's a good idea. I hope they actually do something like that. But man, this game, I mean, I'm really excited for it. Like, I can't wait to play Mario Kart World. I want to play it here on the channel. I want to play it on my own time. I want to play Donkey Kong. Maybe I'll play that Kirby game. But, I think I heard that the Switch 2 is like $450, right? Which I think that's how much, like, a PS5, like, digital is. But yeah, it's a kind of a little bit of a crazy price. But you know what? I hope it's worth it. Honestly, it seems like it might be worth it. Watch, let me search it up. Let's see, Nintendo Switch 2 price. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, 450. Which, I mean, kind of insane, but, like, I expected it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff I'm researching right now, mid-video. I'm just I'm looking up stuff because obviously I didn't do any of this research before the video. I just, the Nintendo Direct finished. I just kind of had some time to kind of process it, and then I was like, alright. Because, I mean, it's been done, I woke up after it was done. I looked it all up, and I was like, man, like, I was watching all the videos and stuff that they put up, and I was just like, man, this looks amazing. Like, this looks awesome. And I just took a second, I was like, alright, I want to make a video about this. I want to talk about this today, give you guys my thoughts, my feelings about it. I'm actually excited for the Switch 2. I'm excited to see what the new 3D Mario is, because there's gonna be a new 3D Mario at some point. So I can't wait to see that. And Jesus, I can't speak. I don't know if we'll get another 2D Mario, but whatever. Wonder is a great game to leave it off for 2D Mario for now. But 3D Mario, man, I'm really hoping for something big. Like, I'm hoping, like, we get, like, maybe, like a Mario Galaxy 3 or like a Odyssey 2, I think that would be amazing, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I just really wanted to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 and the games that were coming out that I'm really looking forward to playing. But yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this video though, you guys. If you guys made this far to the video, I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you all for listening. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, guys.